Okay, let's talk a little bit more about if-else's. I just went into my code in here with the and the booleans inside. The next step is curly braces and multi-line if-else and things like that. Now, it can get a little confusing, and when you get to AP, they try to trick you with these things. So I'm going to try to make this very, very clear. I'm going to delete my code up here, and we're just going to use the x equals 4 for now. So when you're looking at if x equals 4, that's a very straightforward if. Right? You're gonna do something. I'll comment. Actually, I'll say system.out.print. We'll say hello. That's hopefully an easy line for you guys to understand. So if x equals 4, system.out.print hello. Now, when an if statement is followed by one line, that line belongs to that if. However, if I have something like this, system.out.print, hey, the indenting gets very confusing. You see how I've indented this. However, this does not belong to the if. When you don't have curly braces, only the subsequent line belongs to this if. So if x equals 4, it's going to print out hello, and it's also going to print out hey. However, if I have int x equals 5, what is this code going to print? It's going to print hey. Why? Because the hey does not belong inside the if. If I were to put curly braces here, it would make more sense, but it does not need curly braces. So if I put curly braces here, it would look like this. The curly braces would go around this, and I would indent this back here. I'm just trying to get you guys to realize that only one line, if there's no curly braces, only one line belongs to the if. That's it. So if x equals 5, it's very clear when I indent it like this and put curly braces that you're going to print hey and not print hello. However, if I removed the curly braces and added some indentation, it's not clear what you're going to print, but this will still compile and run, and it's going to print hey, the same way as if I added curly braces. Now, if you want multi-lines followed by, or to be done inside an if, you would, probably clearly to you guys, encapsulate them inside curly braces. So this means if x equals 4, I'm going to do both of these lines. That's the confusing part about ifs, is that the subsequent line belongs to the if right above it. Now, the next thing is when you do nested ifs, sometimes they will lack curly braces as well. So I could do if x is greater than 10, system.out.print hey. This is confusing as well because remember, who belongs to the if? Only this line, right? So it's going to print, what is this going to print? Actually, I'll do less than 10. That'll be a better example. So if x equals 4, is it? No, so it can't print hello, but does it enter this if? That's the question, and yes, it does. The indentation, Java does not read indentation. That is for humans. That is not for the computer. So this should be back here, and it's a little more obvious. It's going to print hey. But when I indent it here, it will still compile, and will still run, and it'll still print hey. So you want to get your indentation right, but on APs, they try to confuse you guys. So curly braces help a lot. If there's curly braces here, then you know this all belongs to the if x equals 4. If x equals 4, I'm going to print hello, and I'm going to also evaluate if x is less than 10, system.out.print hey. So that's how nested if statements work. Now realize if statements only evaluate once. We're doing loops and if statements, conditionals here. But if statements only evaluate once. When you're doing loops, you're going to get to while loops, and it's going to look something like this. While x equals 4. That means until x is not 4, keep doing this. Keep looping around this code. But remember, an if only does it once. An if is going to say if x equals 4, do this once, and then go on to the code below, yada, yada, yada. I could just type gibberish, just go on to this code. Okay?